at 5 live.
Thank you for watching the news at 5. I'm Paige Moore.
And I'm Alicia Turner. Police are now revisiting the site of a shooting that led to the death of a 16-year-old. That's tonight's top story. Investigators returned to the scene of a shooting that left one teen dead and another injured. Police did a sweep of the scene for more evidence or clues. Now, Tallahassee Police Department released the name of the teenager killed. He was 16-year-old Shadrick Anderson. The shooting happened over the weekend on Paul Russell Road near the North Florida Fairgrounds. Another 14-year-old male was also shot and treated at a local hospital.
There is an update tonight on a man from the Big Bend accused of causing an accident at a North Carolina fair last month. Tim of Tutterow is from Quitman, Georgia. A North Carolina judge has reduced the 46-year-old's bond from $225,000 to $100,000. This comes at the request of Wake County District Attorney Cullen Wiggleby. He says he made the bond reduction request because Tutterow has been cooperating with investigators.
I think things are improving. They're one of the victims is still in very serious condition. I think others seem to be recovering, and we're thankful for that.
Tutterow's attorney Roger Smith Jr. says the ride operator's top concern is the victims.
A fishy dispute at Ponder Seafood Market in Mitchell County turns deadly. Terrence Wooler has been charged with felony murder and aggravated assault against his cousin, 76-year-old Joe Williams. Wooler also faces second-degree burglary charges in Colquitt County after breaking into the restaurant during morning hours, stealing cash, cigarettes, and a pistol. For now, he remains behind bars in Mitchell County.
George Zimmerman is back in jail. This time he's charged with aggravated assault in connection with an incident involving his girlfriend. David Mattingly has more.
I'm doing this again? You just broke my glass table. You just broke my sunglasses, and you put your gun in my freaking face and told me to get the out because this is not your house. No, get out of here.
That was George Zimmerman's girlfriend yelling at him. Just before she tells 911, he pushed her out of her home and barricaded himself inside. A few minutes later, Zimmerman makes his own call.
My girlfriend was, for lack of a better word, going crazy on me.
With police banging on the door, Zimmerman says his girlfriend is pregnant and blames everything on her.
She just started smashing stuff, taking stuff that belonged to me, throwing it outside, throwing it out of her room, throwing it all over the house. She broke a glass table because she threw something on it. She got mad that I guess I told her that I would be willing to leave.
Okay.
I guess she thought I was going to argue with her, but she's pregnant. I'm not going to put her through that kind of stress.
It's Zimmerman's latest run-in with the law since his July acquittal in the Trayvon Martin murder case. He's been pulled over twice for speeding. And in September, he was detained by police after his soon-to-be ex-wife claimed he smashed her iPad in an argument. No charges were filed then. But this time, with his new girlfriend, it's different.
She alleged that he had broken a table and at one point pointed a long-barreled shotgun at her.
Deputies pushed their way inside to find George Zimmerman unarmed and cooperative. But he's now back in the Seminole County Jail, charged with aggravated assault. Deputies searched the home until late Monday night.
In July, Zimmerman was acquitted in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin.
Miami-Dade police has identified the body found off the coast of South Florida after falling from a plane last week. An autopsy confirmed that the body was that of 42-year-old Gerald Nails. Investigators weren't immediately releasing a cause of death, but no evidence of foul play has been reported. Federal Aviation Administration officials say the plane was flying at about 2,000 feet, about 8 miles southeast of the airport.
Also in the news on plane travel, Wakulla County pilots may have to pay a fee to make a safe landing. The Department of Transportation says if the county doesn't have a paved runway, it will soon shut down. Although no decision has been made by county commissioners, pilots will have to pay a proposed $50 a year to help pave a landing strip. The majority is moving forward to making minimal improvements to satisfy safety requirements. Kangaroo Express hopped a donation of over $180,000 to the Florida National Guard Foundation. The donation will be presented during the state's November cabinet meeting today. Funds were raised during Kangaroo Express' third annual Salute Our Troops campaign and will provide relief assistance for basic needs to soldiers and airmen.
Dunkin' Donuts was also in the spirit of giving and presented something sweet to the Thomasville High School Band Booster Club, a check for $1,250. Now, the funds were raised during a Halloween fundraiser after former Booster Club treasurer was arrested for stealing $40,000. The money will help pay for the band's trip to Washington, D.C. to perform in the National Cherry Festival Parade.
And now we'll take a look at our first weather. Our current conditions right now is 69 degrees. It is partly sunny and our sun will set tonight at 5:39 p.m. I'll have more weather for you in the evening.
Thanks, Paige. Ahead on the news at 5, Walmart's employees are unscheduled for the holidays this year. We'll show you how. But one person who can stay out of headlines could now be losing his power. Those stories and more coming up in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Introducing a mobile application that can open up an entire new world for the orange and green faithful, with the ability to check out the latest in-campus news, events, athletic scores, and much, much more. Specifically designed for the family. Whether it's linking to your class courses from your mobile device, looking through maps to find specific buildings on campus, or just having some fun looking through uploaded videos and photos, a great addition to your mobile family student lifestyle. Get your FAMU app today.
Defined as an abusive,
often humiliating form of initiation into a group.
Hazing is not only dangerous,
it is illegal.
And it's up to us to combat this cruel and demeaning ritual.
Hazing does not define brotherhood
or sisterhood.
It will not make you jump higher,
dance harder,
sing louder, or bond faster.
We must treat one another with dignity and understand the importance of self-respect.
By embracing these concepts, hazing will stop.
I respect me.
I respect me.
I respect me.
Yo me respeto.
I respect me.
I respect me.
I respect.
I respect you.
Introducing a mobile application that can open up an entire new world for the orange and green faithful, with the ability to check out the latest in-campus news, events, athletic scores, and much, much more. Specifically designed for the family. Whether it's linking to your class courses from your mobile device, looking through maps to find specific buildings on campus, or just having some fun looking through uploaded videos and photos, a great addition to your mobile family student lifestyle. Get your FAMU app today.
A study finds that taking birth control pills may increase a woman's risk of eye disease. The Center for Disease Control looked at data from 3,000 women over the age of 40 who have taken oral contraceptives for more than 3 years. According to the CDC, the risk of getting glaucoma over 40 is under 4%.
Princeton University officials have decided to give students an unapproved meningitis B vaccine. That's word from the university after a recommendation from the CDC. 6 students and a visitor have contracted the illness since March at the New Jersey campus, the most recent last week. University officials hope it will help stop the spread of the sometimes deadly illness.
Protests at Walmart last year during Black Friday have caught the eye of federal officials. The National Labor Relations Board says Walmart in California and Texas illegally threatened to retaliate against employees who protested through statements on national TV. A Walmart spokesperson says the company believes its actions were legal and justified.
After admitting to smoking crack, Toronto Mayor Rob Ford can't stop making headlines. The mayor has been brought before council, stripped of some of his power, and he's even been asked to step down. After receiving tons of negative publicity, Mayor Ford believes things have simply been blown out of proportion, as he said during his show, Ford Nation.
I haven't touched a drop of alcohol. I'm dealing with a team of professionals. I'm getting the help for sometimes my excessive drinking. But guys, I think this is getting blown out of proportion. I'm here. I've never missed a day of council. You put my attendance record up against any councilors down there, and I guarantee I'll be in the top 10. And I'm the mayor. I'm down there more than some of the councilors are.
Ford states if the councilors want to strip him of his powers, then they can do whatever they want to do.
X no longer marks the spot in Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. Dallas street workers have apparently removed the white X's that mark the spot where President John F. Kennedy was shot. The city has never officially marked the X. It's believed that vendors around Dealey Plaza have been responsible for placing the X on the street and updating it through the years. Now, the city will mark the 50th anniversary of the assassination with a ceremony in Dealey Plaza Friday. And now we'll have a look at our Tech Tuesday stories. The days of your doctor greeting you in the waiting room is now a thing of the past. Doctors are now being replaced by robots. Hospitals in California and many other states, especially rural areas, are relying on robots to advise and diagnose patients. The robots are mobile video conferencing machines that allow doctors to speak to patients through a screen projection.
Google and Microsoft are working to clear the internet of child porn. More than 200 Google workers spent the past 3 months working on preventing child sex abuse content from appearing in its search results. And Google cleaned up results for over 100,000 searches known to lead to child porn results. Another 13,000 searches related to child porn will lead users to warnings saying that child sex abuse is illegal and offering advice on getting help. Also, new Microsoft picture detection technology applies a unique identification mark to child porn content.
A new report shows why the larger touchscreens could have you seeing bigger cell phone bills than before. CNN.com says last year 11% of smartphones had large screens. That means more than 4.5 inches. This year the number more than doubled to 28% of phones. That translates to higher costs. J.D. Power and Associates reports the average bill is $77, up $9 from 2012. And if you have a data package, you'll spend on average $86 a month. A decade-old law banning undetectable firearms expires less than a month from now. Federal agents say a plastic weapon created on a 3D printer could emerge as a national security threat. The homemade plastic gun, known as the Liberator .380, could pass through security checkpoints without setting off metal detectors. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson is pushing for an extension of a federal law which bans undetectable guns.
People are able to make a fully functioning firearm from their own home with the click of a mouse. And because they're made from plastic and they layer plastic upon plastic layer, they're invisible to metal detectors and other screening devices that are in place at airports and government buildings and office buildings. And that's why we filed legislation in the Senate to ban any weapon that is not recognized by a metal detector or an X-ray machine. Obviously, weapons like this pose a very serious threat to our national security and to our personal safety. And we need to be doing everything we can to keep them off the streets.
The Florida Senator Chuck Schumer and Senator Patrick Lee say technology of so-called 3D printing has advanced to the point anyone with $1,000 and an internet connection can access the plastic parts.
Up next on the News at 5, I'll have your weather updates and forecasts. Stay tuned. You're watching News at 5, part of the FAMU News Network.
I picked up the saxophone when I was 11 years old, and after that, I never looked back. I've had the opportunity to make music with some of the greats, and even perform for the legendary B.B. King. Right now, I'm composing the soundtrack for the music of my life. And of all the stages that I've ever performed on, this one, on the hill, hits closest to home. I'm prepared to perform in any area of my professional career because FAMU taught me.
The College of Law's rich tradition of excellence dates back to its original founding. In 1949, a division of law was established at the then Florida A&M College, and the first class was admitted in 1951. In 1966, the Florida Board of Control, later known as the Board of Regents, withdrew its permission for FAMU to admit law students. 2 years later, the law school graduated its last class. Before it closed its doors, the school graduated a total of 57 students who have made significant contributions to the legal profession. In 2000, FAMU's College of Law was reestablished, this time in Orlando, after the Florida legislature gave the green light. 5 years later, the College of Law graduated its first class of 57 students. In 2009, the College of Law became fully accredited by the American Bar Association.
I am Dean Leroy Purnell, ranked #1 for diversity in legal education. We are the FAMU College of Law. Great things are happening at FAMU every day.
Welcome back. I'm Paige Moore with your weather. Our current conditions right now is partly cloudy, 69 degrees, and our sun will set tonight at 5:39 p.m. For our weather tonight, it will be cloudy. It will drop to a low of 47 degrees, and we will have a 1% rain chance. So make sure you have your jackets and sweaters ready for this evening as the weather drops. For our weather tomorrow, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 57. We'll have a 0% chance of rain, humidity 11%. And make sure you have your jacket in the morning because it will get cool. For our surrounding areas, a lot cooler than it's been yesterday in the 60s. Bainbridge starting it off at 68, Albany 66, Marietta 66 as well, Thomasville dropping it lower to 64, Moultrie 66, Quincy 66, and Crawfordville warming it back up at 71. For our 5-day forecast, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 67, low 53. Thursday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 77, low 57. Friday, it will warm up. It'll be a high of 78, low 58. Saturday, partly cloudy once again with a high of 77, low 50. And Sunday, it will get a lot cooler, but it will still be sunny. It'll be a high of 54, low 33. And that's your weather forecast. Back to you, Alicia.
Thanks, Paige. The outbreak of tornadoes across the Midwest on Sunday leaves 8 people confirmed dead. Reporter Andrew Spencer has more.
This massive funnel cloud was one of several tornadoes that tore through Illinois Sunday. This video was shot in the city of Washington, where officials say as many as 400 homes were destroyed or seriously damaged. Miraculously, the man who took this video survived.
I got hit by some debris or something and cut my eye in 3 places.
Others weren't so lucky. A family in New Minden lost 2 elderly family members when a tornado leveled their farm. Those who survived are devastated.
We was planning on a Thanksgiving down here. So Amy bought the turkey and Uncle Joe was buying, we was going to fry a turkey down here. So we were all looking forward to that. But we don't know what we're going to do now.
Elsewhere, this woman was found buried in debris, pinned under a large chunk of concrete from her collapsed home. She says she wouldn't be alive if her daughter-in-law hadn't found her.
She was my angel. I don't know how long I would have been there because I couldn't have moved that concrete block myself.
Throughout the state, many are simply trying to process what was lost.
There's nothing here. Unreal. Just terrifying. You just don't think that things like this will happen. You just don't think, you know.
And what they still have.
So we're all healthy, we're alive, and we made it, so that's what's important.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Nearly 700,000 homes and businesses in the U.S. Midwest and in the province of Ontario, Canada, were left without power on Monday.
Thanks, Alicia. Still to come on the news at 5, a slugfest on Monday Night Football. And find out what quarterback was able to lead his team to victory. That and more coming back when we return to the news at 5.
The College of Education is considered the cornerstone college of FAMU. In 1887, it was the first and only college, the first and only department, and the first major. For many years, the college has been a top producer of education professionals among historically black colleges and universities. It is housed in the newly renovated Gore Education Center. The College of Education provides the relevant curriculum for elementary, secondary, and graduate education programs supporting 9 undergraduate degrees and 6 graduate degrees, including a doctoral degree in educational leadership. Students also complement their studies by taking classes in the College of Social Sciences, Arts and Humanities, and the College of Science, Technology, and Mathematics.
I am Dr. Patricia Green Powell, Interim Dean for the College of Education, where we prepare transformative teachers and leaders. Great things are happening at FAMU every day.
Introducing a mobile application that can open up an entire new world for the orange and green faithful, with the ability to check out the latest in-campus news, events, athletic scores, and much, much more. Specifically designed for FAMU. Whether it's linking to your class courses from your mobile device, looking through maps to find specific buildings on campus, or just having some fun looking through uploaded videos and photos, a great addition to your mobile FAMU student lifestyle. Get your FAMU app today.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Casey Jones with your sports. Less than 2 weeks into the season, the Rattlers women's basketball team is making waves. Jasmine Grice was named MEAC Player of the Week for her latest performances. Grice so far in the 4 games is averaging almost 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.5 steals a game. She has led the Rattlers to a 3-1 record so far this season. The ladies of the Rattler bowling team just keep striking. They picked up 7 wins out of 8 matches in the Hornet Invitational. Carrie Hopkinson led her team with 1,038 pinfalls total and also set her personal best of 244 against a match against Grambling. Hopkinson was rewarded, earning all tournament honors. The Lady Rattlers will take some time off before their next tournament in early December. Now, let's take a look at the NFL action for Monday night, Panthers versus Patriots. The Carolina Panthers protected home turf, defeating the visiting New England Patriots 24-20. Cam Newton threw for over 200 yards and 3 scores. The Patriots offense sputtered all night, but they still had a chance at the end to win before Tom Brady threw an interception to close the game. Both teams are now 7-3 in the season. Switching to the hardwood, the Memphis Grizzlies went into Hollywood and defeated the Los Angeles Clippers 106-102. Memphis guard Mike Conley Jr. lifted his team to the win, scoring 8 of his 15 points in the last 4 minutes of the game. With the win, Memphis is now over the 500 mark for the first time this season. Clipper guard Chris Paul recorded his 11th straight double-double to start the season. That ties the mark that Magic Johnson set during the 1990-1991 season. The defending champs hit the hard court again tonight as they host the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron James will look to push his recent streak of 30-point games to 4. Meanwhile, the Hawks will look to snap the 8-game losing streak they are on when facing the Heat. The game will be in the American Airlines Arena in Miami. Tip-off is set for 7:30 tonight. Now, taking it to the ice. It took an extra period and a shootout for the Calgary Flames to beat the hometown Winnipeg Jets 5-4. Winnipeg was down 4-3 all of the third period, but with 6 seconds left, the Jets were able to score to force an extra period. Flames rookie Sean Mohin scored his first NHL shootout attempt. The win for Calgary ended their recent streak of 6 losses. That's all for your sports. Let's take it back to Paige and Alicia.
Thank you, Casey. Still to come, a frisky kitty just wants to be on camera. Stay tuned.
defined as an abusive,
often humiliating form of initiation into a group.
Hazing is not only dangerous,
it is illegal.
And it's up to us to combat this cruel and demeaning ritual.
Hazing does not define brotherhood
or sisterhood.
It will not make you jump higher,
dance harder,
sing louder, or bond faster.
We must treat one another with dignity and understand the importance of self-respect.
By embracing these concepts, hazing will stop.
I respect me.
I respect me.
I respect me.
Yo me respeto.
I respect me.
I respect me.
I respect
I respect you.
It looks like one cat in Canada really wanted its 5 minutes of fame. You can see the frisky feline perched on top of a cameraman's head. Next, the cat hops over to the camera. It happened Monday in Bonnyville, Alberta, northeast of Edmonton. The CBC News team was shooting a story about cameras on school buses. You can see the reporter in the background certainly got a laugh out of the cat's escapade.
Photo of a murder victim's body published online brings all the painful memories back to his family. A first for Google Maps, Christian Ayers reports the company is making an exception to get the satellite image updated.
Thinking about everything what happened with Kevin, you know.
Jose Barrera brushes away tears when he talks about his 14-year-old son, Kevin, shot dead 4 years ago in Richmond. Friday, his pain was compounded when we discovered these satellite images available on Google Maps. They show the crime scene and his son's body.
It's really hard and painful for my family because, like I say, you know, all the memories coming back.
Jose told us Friday that he wanted Google to take the images down. After our story aired, he got a call from Google Maps' vice president.
We apologize, we're really sorry, and we're going to remove those images.
Google confirmed that today they will replace the satellite images, something the search giant has never done. In a statement to KPIX5, Google has never accelerated the replacement of updated satellite imagery from our maps before, but given the circumstances, we wanted to make an exception in this case. Jose told us he's grateful, though it still pains him that Google published the images in the first place. 4 years later, his son's murder remains unsolved, and he hopes Google's mistake will bring attention to a murder case that has gone cold.
And what we wanted to resolve the case.
The image is still searchable on Google Maps. We found it within a few seconds tonight. Google says it will take at least 8 days to take it down. In Richmond, Kristen Ayers, KPIX5.
If you see news happening, email us at FAMUNewsNetwork@gmail.com and follow us on Twitter at FAMU News Network. For Casey Jones and Paige Moore, I'm Alicia Turner. Good night.